What is going on, everybody? Fantasy Headliners coming back at you.
We back, baby.
We're supposed to be doing baseball.
Yeah.
But, the overwhelming response for football and everything going on in football, we're going straight to football.
Yeah, let's get to it.
We're going to go straight to football. You got baseball questions, send them in. But there is just too much stuff in the NFL, which is our forte.
Indeed. I like that.
That is our Matt Forte.
Okay.
It's the only time we're probably going to talk about Matt Forte this year. But you know what? Yeah. There's just so much stuff going on. I don't think we can just sit back and not talk about it.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. These past couple of days has been outrageous.
Yeah. This is probably one of the most active off seasons.
Yeah.
Off seasons. That it's been a while. You know what I mean? We're just gonna roll with it.
Yeah.
It's been so active. I mean, it's exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's March and we're talking about the Browns. That's never happened.
Probably, yeah.
Like ever.
Yeah.
But you know what? We're gonna talk some Browns.
We're gonna talk some Browns today. The Browns they're looking pretty good.
They're gonna be set up to win some games in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a completely different episode, though. Today we're going to be talking to you guys about the top quarterbacks in the upcoming NFL draft.
Yeah.
I mean, there's kind of a debate about who's the best, and everybody has their guy of who they like. Well, you know what? You haven't heard who our guys are yet.
And that's all that matters.
And that's all that matters. I mean, we won you some games last year, so you may want to pay attention to the guys we talk about here.
Right. Hit the like and subscribe just for that. All the champions that we helped usher into the new year.
Hit that like button.
Exactly.
We appreciate those likes.
You're welcome.
We're going to get right into it. We're going to start talking quarterbacks here. I'm going to go ahead and let you start because I know we're going to differ on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go ahead and let you start with who is your number one quarterback in this year's upcoming NFL draft.
Okay.
Wait for it.
Yeah. Well, and to, I guess, non-popular belief, I guess, a lot of people, talking about this guy wanting to transfer him over to a wide receiver. Lamar Jackson. Let's just put it out there. I think he's a phenomenal talent. You
just said that on the internet.
Yeah. Hey. In a few months, you guys are going to see. I promise you. Lamar Jackson he's got so much talent, and a lot of the comparisons are coming in. Michael Vick Light or Vick 2.0, Vince Young, what have you. And I almost
don't say it.
You're right.
You'll jinx him.
Well, hey, even Slash Cordell Stewart. Being a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. But here's the thing. Me personally, I think Lamar Jackson has the skill set, the capability to be a top-tier quarterback in this league. He's got a huge arm, man. I mean, he's accurate, he's fast, and the thing is, being so tall, around about 6'3", 6'4", the guy can see over a lot of defenses. In the league now, that's a plus. Being such a huge. When I say huge, I mean in height. I mean, he's not that wide, but, look at Cam, look at Big Ben. Some of these bigger quarterbacks, they do well to be able to see and to be able to navigate over the defenses. And, I think Lamar Jackson's going to be all right, depending upon where he goes. That has a lot to play as well. But if a team can give him that opportunity, I think he'll be all right.
And here's the thing with Lamar is, yes, very talented. And yes, very Mike Vick-esque.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be great for a little bit, but teams are going to catch on to it. They're going to pick up on it. And the part that worries me about Lamar is not his quarterbacking talent. It's just every once in a while, and I got to go see him firsthand, got to go to the combine, I got to watch him throw. He'll throw a laser right where it needs to be, and the next pass is a wobbling duck. And that's with no defense. So what worries me is if there's pressure in his face, which, yes, I know he dealt with it in college, and he did great in some big games, but it's just different. And if that pressure's in his face, is he going to throw a duck, or is he going to throw, a dart? Dart or duck?
A wobbling duck. What about
Comment below, dart or duck?
What about a drunk chicken?
I'd like to see him throw one of those.
That'd be pretty
impressive. All right, so that's your number one guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with my number one guy. And what's funny about this is neither one of our number ones is the consensus number one. So what does that tell you? Hey, there ain't no corporate line pockets sitting over here.
No,
I'm going Baker Mayfield. I like Baker Mayfield, and a lot of people can't stand him because of his attitude, and I get it. He is cocky, he's arrogant, borderline irritating. He's not very big. He grabs his crotch on the sidelines. That's a problem. But you know what? The dude has heart. He's like a warrior. He goes out there and he's going to battle no matter what team he's on. I don't care if he's on the Browns, the Bills, wherever.
Yep.
He's going to go out there and compete. One thing I did see at the Combine, a lot of these guys were taking the drills kind of lax. You know, they weren't going at game speed. He was out there game speed, every drop, every throw. I mean, he was putting forth effort, and a lot of these guys weren't. And I understand that the Combine isn't their only chance to show out. I get it. But, you know, that kind of just shows his will to want to compete. He was competing out there, and he's going to do that every Sunday. And, you know, he's mobile. He's not big. They had him listed at 6'1" at the Combine. I don't have my button, but he was not 6'1". He's closer to the 5'10", 5'11"-ish. Ish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's tiny. But you know what?
Just a little fella.
He's just a little guy. But you know, look at it this way. You can say, well, he can't see over the line, but you can also say that the defense can't see over to see where he's at either.
Yeah.
So it's got a benefit either way. I like his attitude. I like the way he plays. The cockiness will need to be toned down a little bit because he will have that welcome to the NFL hit at some point.
Yeah.
And the last thing he wants is the defender standing over him grabbing his crotch because that'd be awkward.
Just a little bit.
But yeah, Baker Mayfield, quarterback number one this year.
Yeah.
For me.
Well, all right. I want to go next with Sam Darnold. You know, this guy, a lot of people have been looking at him, Bills, the Browns, the Giants. They all, you know, think highly of him. Everybody. You know, he's a USC product. You know, we had a few of those guys. They didn't do so well, but hey.
Matt Barkley, where's he at? He ain't playing nowhere.
Yeah.
What about Mark Sanchez? Mr. Butt Fumble.
Right.
I got one for you. What about Matt Leinart?
Matt Leinart. I was going to say Matt. Yeah.
You know what? Yeah.
Highly talented. I mean.
Yeah.
And I think he falls, well, okay. I don't want to say he falls in that category, but the thing that first let me give his con. The thing that I don't really like about his game, and that's, you know, the inconsistency, and he threw a lot of interceptions this past year, and he had a lot of fumbles, 12 fumbles actually, and you can't do that on the next level. You know, with the speedy backs and defensive ends that, you know, that the NFL produces, that's a no-no. But the pro is, you know, he's a big quarterback. You know, he's got a big arm. He's already played in that pro-style offense, you know, meaning that a lot of pro-style formations, you know, he's very good at, you know, commanding before the snap, actually, you know, just a leader on the field, you know. So those are things that I think a lot of NFL teams will look at that will weigh heavily when it comes to deciding a true leader on the field. Someone that you don't have to do a lot, you know, like audibles, things of that nature, those X factors that, you know, are not necessarily on paper. You know, I think Sam Darnold is a pretty good candidate to be successful in that aspect. So we'll see. But I kind of like the kid. I think he's going to be all right.
He has a chance.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to go into too much Sam Darnold because he's later down my list.
Yeah.
So I'll talk about him then. How's that sound?
I like it.
I'm going to go with my number two guy, and that's the cowboy from Wyoming, Josh Allen. Is this dude ready to start week one? Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not, but he can throw it a country mile. I mean, the dude's arm is second to none in the draft class.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a little Brett Favre gunslinger in him, which is a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because I can see a lot of interceptions.
Yeah.
But he can just put the ball places that other quarterbacks can't. He's a big, tall quarterback, not super mobile, but if you give him a few weapons on the outside and a year or two to get used to the NFL game, he's got those things that you can't teach. I mean, you can't teach what he does. He just has it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're going to have to be patient with Josh Allen. But as far as skill set goes, and I know a lot of guys I've spoken to on Twitter, they're kind of hoping he falls to Buffalo.
Yeah.
I don't know if Buffalo is the best spot for him.
Right.
Because I don't know if they have enough weapons.
No.
But, maybe. I like what Buffalo's doing. They're making some good moves in the offseason. And it's a possibility. I would prefer to have Baker Mayfield in Buffalo, especially if they can move up even, earlier in the draft. But Josh Allen has got that arm that you can't teach. Only comes around every once in a while. And if you can teach him, some good footwork and give him some weapons, dude could be around for a very, very, very long time because he's a pocket quarterback. He's not going to go out there and get, running around and get hurt.
Yeah, I mean, and to have that that tag is the strongest arm in college football, that's something you're going to have to live up to.
Yeah.
But hey,
at the combine, he threw it from the 10 to the 20 on the opposite side in the air. And he didn't even really try. I mean, he tried, but he didn't give it everything he got. He threw 50 yards from his knees. I mean, he's just a freak arm talent. Does that make sense? Freak arm talent. I just made it up.
Hey,
he's not a freak athlete.
No,
he's just got freak arm talent.
Yeah, I like it.
We're gonna go with it. Josh Allen, my number 2.
Yeah. Well, that was actually my number 3, but I'm gonna speak on Josh Allen once again.
Do it. You got number 3.
But again, I just want to kind of just follow in, kind of tag in behind that. Like you said, I agree with you. I think Josh Allen is going to be a huge talent. And again, it to me, he kind of reminds me of Big Ben in a lot of ways. I mean, Big Ben didn't have that particular arm strength, like Josh has, but the stature, kind of the bravado that both guys have, are kind of similar. And then, like I said, it just depends on the system that he falls into. One of the knocks, I think a lot of people, and I think you spoke upon it as well, that his accuracy is kind of subpar. But hey, look at Brett Favre. One of the greatest of all time.
Got a lot of interceptions.
Yeah, a lot. But, I mean, again, he got a lot of TDs too, so you got to take chances, in this game. So I really think it just depends on where he falls, the type of system that he goes to, and if they've already got the pieces around him. Like you said, Buffalo is probably not a good spot as of today, like right now,
But that's ever evolving.
Yeah.
Free agency is going crazy. Buffalo is intriguing.
Yeah, and Zay Jones, I mean,
he could be. I mean, he showed flashes last year. It's for sure they need a quarterback. They need a franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
I personally would rather go after Josh Allen right now than I would the Sam Darnolds. And a name we haven't even mentioned is a lot of these people's consensus number 1 is Josh Rosen from UCLA.
Yeah.
I'm not even on. I mean, I see. This is my take. I'm on sidebar. Okay. For the sidebar. Okay. Sam Darnold and Josh Rosen are head and shoulders above the others as far as rankings for the season or for the draft. I wouldn't take either one of them. To me, I see Sam Darnold being Matt Leinart, like we talked about earlier. He's just a product of the system that he plays in college.
Yeah.
And it falls in line with the other USC quarterbacks. I mean, Carson Palmer is really the only guy to come out of USC.
Wow.
And be consistently good.
Yeah.
And it's just, and I don't know what, maybe it's something in the water.
Well, I mean, they're known for their wide receivers, to be honest with you.
And that's kind of what I was going to lead into is they've had in recent years, the Jujus and they've had some good guys there that I think make their quarterbacks look better than they are.
Yeah.
The wide receivers are getting all the catches. The quarterback's getting credit for the touchdowns and the yardage, and it makes it look like the quarterback was the one that...
Right.
And it's not, and Josh Rosen is the same way. It's come out that he's got an attitude and he thinks he's better than everybody else. And, I mean, I see Josh Rosen, and there's a little bit of Ryan Leaf in there. And that's bad. Well, it's kind of the same thing. And to me, if I'm going to spend what these guys are going to need is a top 5-ish pick, I'm not doing it.
No,
it's not worth it to me. It's too much bust potential. Any one of these guys can bust.
Oh, yeah.
They all can bust.
Right.
You never know that, but I'm going to take the guy that at least I feel gives me the best shot. And if I got those question marks already, no thanks. My number 3 was Lamar Jackson for me. And Lamar, you and I talked earlier in the week, and he was lower down my list. The more I kind of watched some film on Lamar, I see some things where he could evolve into a solid NFL quarterback. I don't think he's ready yet. He has no idea how to take a 3, 5, 7-step drop, whatever you want to do. He's just not used to it. He's played his entire college career out of the shotgun.
Yeah.
So he's a work in progress. If he can get to that, then yes, he can make some noise. I'd rather take, and this is dark horse.
Oh.
We did it last year. We were pretty bold last year, and it worked. My next guy on the list, I would pass on Darnold, Rosen. I'm not even going to talk about Mason Rudolph. I would go after Mike White.
Wow.
Who is Mike White, you ask?
That was my question.
Go look him up. Mike White, great Senior Bowl. He's smart. He's accurate. He's a pocket quarterback, big body, not overly mobile. But he played at Western Kentucky where nobody really got to watch him or see him. Had a couple great years. Mike White, to me, is... I don't want to say he's Joe Flacco-esque, because you look at Joe Flacco now. I'm talking about Joe Flacco from a couple years ago.
Right.
Wasn't mobile, pocket guy, great arm, knew the game, could read defenses. That is Mike White. To me, Mike White is a safe bet. Are you going to take Mike White in the first round? Heck no.
No.
I'm not.
No.
And I like him. I'm not taking him then. But
sorry, Mike.
Mike, nothing but love, Mike. But you ain't a first rounder, buddy. You know what I mean? But that's somebody that in the later rounds, you could grab, stash him, not plan on starting him, and he could end up being, the Aaron Rodgers to Brett Favre. You never know, but he has the mental capacity.
Right.
He's very, very smart. Go watch some film on Mike White. If you haven't seen anything about Mike White, go check out Mike White. He sounds like he could do your taxes, but he can throw a football pretty well.
Hey.
But it's almost tax time for anybody who's watching.
That's right.
Make sure you get your taxes done.
Any tax sponsors out there? What's up?
Hey, we'll put a logo up here.
Indeed. All right.
Wherever. We'll sell anything. So those well, not anything. There are limitations.
Yeah.
But hey, those were our quarterbacks, our top quarterbacks for this year's upcoming NFL draft. If there's somebody we didn't talk about, somebody you want to talk about, hit us up below. Ask us some questions. Make sure you're on our Twitter at TheFantasyHeadliners. FNTSY. I'll put it on the screen. You'll see.
Yeah.
It'll be up there.
Glad to be back, y'all.
That's right.
I'm excited.
Hey, it's March, but can I say it's almost football season?
Yeah, it's always football season.
It's always football season around here. Man. And like I said, you got baseball questions, hit us up, but we ain't got time for baseball. Videos. There's too much in football going on. Everybody likes football.
Everybody loves football.
Maybe I'll throw some baseball videos in.
Yeah.
Just kind of sprinkle them.
Like the dude, yeah. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The guy that does a little salt, whatever. The cook. Anyway,
you guys have a good rest of your day. We'll talk to you guys later. We appreciate you. Max alarm's going off. Time to wake up.
Time to go.
We'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.